Hey guys, welcome to another video. My name is Ian, I'm Ian the Reader, and today I'm back with another episode of What's Up Wednesday, in which I update you weekly on what I've been reading, what I just finished, what I'm currently reading. You know how this goes. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into this pretty quickly because I don't have a ton of time to film, but I did want to go ahead and do this weekly update today anyway, because my Monday video was late and I didn't want my Wednesday video to be late, so there you have it. So let's talk about what I just finished. So I have finished 3 books in the last week, which is a little bit less number-wise, but one of the books I finished was close to 1,000 pages, so I can forgive myself for that. The first book that I finished last week was a book that I didn't plan on picking up. I just saw the audiobook available, and I was working, and I was like, yeah, this seems like it'll be pretty easy to follow, and that book was The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. So I actually got this for $1 at my local library. They had it on sale, and they have an ongoing library sale, and so I got it for $1, and this is quite the Buzzy read, and so I was very eager to get to it. And I don't really have a lot of thoughts on it, unfortunately. It didn't really impact me in any meaningful way. This is hugely popular. If you are on Goodreads, I don't know if you know this, but they have a most read this week on Goodreads shelf that is constantly updated, and this book has been on there for over a year. So this book is very widely read, but I don't really understand why. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't anything. It was mysterious a little bit, but the payoff really wasn't there. And this book just overall felt really bland to me. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. It was so meh that I don't even have a lot of thoughts on it. I'm not even going to review it just because I don't really know what to say. It just didn't really do anything for me. I also finished Hurricane Girl by Marcy Dramansky. This book was sent to me by the publisher, so thank you so much, Knopf, or Knopf, however you say that. Thank you so much for sending me this book. I had no idea what this book was about before jumping in. I thought I did. I even read the description at some point, but somewhere along the line, I missed entirely what this book was about. So just to give you kind of a brief summary, this follows a woman who, at the very start of the story, she had purchased a beach house, right before the story starts, and at the very beginning of the story, there's a hurricane that totally demolishes it. Her brand new house is gone entirely. There is nothing left. And it's about the aftermath of that, but not only the aftermath of that, through a series of events that happen at the very beginning of the book, she goes through a very traumatic event. Beyond just the hurricane demolishing her house, she goes through another traumatic event. And it's just the aftermath of that. And this book was wild. As I was reading, I was just oh my gosh, what is going on? And it made me really anxious. It's very much an anxiety-inducing book, but at the same time, I don't even know how to put my thoughts into words. I have a review on Goodreads, and that'll articulate it better, but just thinking about this book kind of sends my mind into a spiral a little bit. Not a bad way, but I just felt for this protagonist a lot, but at the same time, she stressed me the heck out. Just because you can't really trust her, not only because of the fact that she just is a very self-motivated character, which is totally fine because she should be, especially because there are so many people around her that are trying to tell her what to do constantly, that it was very empowering to see her just doing whatever the heck she wants in the end. Not in the end, but trying to do that throughout the story. But in addition to that, there's a certain level of unreliability in terms of her narrative because of something that happens at the beginning of this book that I'm not going to go into too much detail on. But this book is really good, and it is not long at all. And so if you're looking for just a really fast summer read that is going to mess with you a little bit, that is going to upset you a little bit, but is also just really gripping as well, this book was really fantastic. And the last book that I finished, I literally finished it this afternoon, not that long ago at all, so it is very fresh, and I still haven't quite articulated my thoughts even to myself yet. The book I'm talking about is The Veiled Throne by Ken Liu. I did not plan on finishing this book so fast, it just kind of happened. I had a lot of time to listen to audiobooks, and one thing led to another, and 980 pages later, here we are. It is not my favorite of the Dandelion Dynasty, for sure. This is book 3 of 4, but technically this book is part 1 of the final volume that is book 3 and 4. They were originally one story, which obviously was going to get split up into 2 if the original manuscript was 2,000 pages. I mean, that's crazy. But at the same time, it definitely feels like part 1 of a story. And so it was a lot of build-up, but not a lot of payoff. And for that reason, I didn't enjoy myself as much as I would have liked. And then in addition to that, there were a few things that like I just thought were kind of bizarre choices that Ken Liu made. If you've read this book, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I still enjoyed myself, and there were new characters that are introduced that I really enjoyed, and yeah, it was a good time. I'm definitely jumping into Speaking Bones like probably this week. With that, actually, let's go ahead and talk about the books that I am currently reading / planning on getting to this week. So as far as currently reading goes, not a lot is in the works right now. So I did start Death Masks by Jim Butcher. It's another reread. I'm just kind of picking up the Dresden Files casually whenever I feel like I don't know what I want to listen to, and that's been really pleasant for me. So Death Masks is pretty good. It's not like my favorite Dresden Files by any means, but it is kind of like mid-tier, so I'm enjoying myself with that. I have about 30% of that left to go, so I'll definitely finish that this week. I didn't really make any progress on Blackmouth by, what's his name, Ronald Malfi. It's just been a really busy week, and I've had time for audiobooks, but not for ebooks of any kind, really. So I maybe read 5% of this, but I'm hoping to get through some more this week. The other book that I am currently reading, I actually just started, and that book is The Island by Adrian McKentry. I think that is his name. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's his name. I just started this. Jake from The Bookish Drummer is actually hosting a casual read-along of this book on his Discord. I'll go ahead and link his channel down below. Totally check out his channel. He has some amazing content. Lots of Stephen King stuff, but a lot of fantasy, some contemporary as well. He's a great channel. You should totally check him out if you somehow have not already done so. But yeah, I just started this book. It sounds very interesting. I know that's like the basic word to use when describing a book, but to be honest, I don't really know. Like, it's a thriller for sure, but it feels like a very different thriller, kind of like an on-the-run sort of thing with a very interesting setting. I have been wanting to get to this book since I heard about it months ago, and so I'm very excited to be joining in this read-along. I'm hopeful that I'll love it. And the last book that I'm hoping to pick up this week is the big one. It is Speaking Bones by Ken Liu. I was going to wait until July, but having just finished The Veiled Throne and it really feeling like part one, I have to start Speaking Bones. As soon as my Audible credit comes in on the 24th, it's happening. I may also pick up some other random audiobook at some point, dependent upon how my reading goes throughout the week, but that is my current plan for the next week. Now let's go ahead and talk about the books that I acquired last week. So I went to Half Price Books that I don't normally get to go to, and they have an amazing clearance section. I found both of these books on clearance for like $2 or $3 each, and I was very happy about it. The first of those is Traitor's Blade by Sebastian de Castell. I read this book back in January, and I loved it so much. I would have been a lot happier if book 2 had been on clearance, but I really want to own this series, so I was super excited to find this for $2. I mean, come on, you have to get it. And it's in like perfect condition too, so I was very happy about that. And then the other book that I found is a book that I've been wanting to read for years and has been on my radar for a long time, but I've never actually seen like a physical copy of it that I liked. It's always like these mass market paperbacks that are either really beat up or they're like the movie edition, but I found a hardback used version of this book for like $2, and that book is Mystic River by Dennis Lehane. This is a movie I know, but I haven't seen it, and so I'm hoping to read it and then see it and then go from there. But I've heard amazing things about this book. Super hopeful about getting to it at some point in the near future, and I just think it could really be a 5 stars. I'm actually including it in my 5-star predictions list to draw from. That video is coming on Friday, by the way, so keep your eyes open for that. Yeah. But that is all for my weekly update. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment down below letting me know what books you are currently working on. I am terrified to be starting Speaking Bones by Ken Liu. I've heard nothing but traumatizing things, and I don't know if my heart can handle it, but I'm gonna push it through anyways. I really will have to have like a backup audiobook to like be a breath of fresh air, because I know that that book is gonna hurt me, and I can't just be hurt continuously for a whole week. So we're gonna see how that goes. Thank you again so much for watching though. I truly appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.